Yeah. Eggs.
Oh well.
I forgot that we had put them back in. Well, I might have to. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. We're back at the Bushcraft shelter. We're not going to be sleeping in the shelter because, of course, we don't have a bed in it right now. We tore it apart last time. But a bit of a special trip. We brought the hot tent with us this time. We're going to be spending 2 nights. We're here on a Sunday evening. We got here late on a beautiful Sunday night. We got the hot tent set up. We're going to be filling that wood shelter that's next to us. You can't see it now, but you'll see it eventually. That's going to be filled out with wood this weekend, hopefully. And if we have time, we're going to be working on the main shelter as well. I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to have a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Going to be nice and warm in the hot tent.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, folks. I forgot to mention, we're treating ourselves this time. There's no suffering. A little bit of glamping with I Am Outdoorsy. You guys will see in a minute. We're going to have a comfortable stay. It's going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to this. As long as the bugs stay in the ground, I'm great. Which is the reason for the glamping.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sandra didn't want to sleep on the ground just in case there's still a few bugs crawling about. So we got a couple of these. We're going to set these up, show you guys what we have.
Did you bring a weird bird?
I didn't bring a weird bird today. Just brought a weird girl.
Hey! I'm gonna knock you over the head with these.
We were lovers in the autumn, dead leaves in your hair, embers dancing with the stars on the trails of the air. And forest, oh forest, protect me in your giving arms, and lure me into majesty with your humbling charms.
Wind up.
Just move it around a little bit. There you go. Thank you. Comfy.
I think this will do pretty good.
Yeah.
It's cold though. It's a good thing we brought those mattresses. It's gonna be great. All right, let's move these in. Get up.
All right, all right.
Yeah. Okay, so we brought a little bit of hardwood from home just for the wood stove, so I'm going to start processing this into smaller pieces, hopefully. This could be tough. No, maybe not. So just scraping what I need. Boom, instant. Okay, so soon we'll be cooking our supper.
Yay, supper!
The reason why we're here so late is we wanted to be here first thing tomorrow morning. We're on vacation. We're off for a couple of days, so we're going to be spending 3 days over here, 2 nights. So glad you guys came along. We are hoping to get a lot of work done and also have a lot of fun. That hot tent makes things nice and easy for us. Plus this time we got the cots,
Yeah.
so we're going to be really comfortable.
Woohoo!
Main reason for those really is because it gets fairly warm in there if we keep the fire going, and we don't want the bugs that come crawling out and directly onto us. I know they can crawl up
Cots.
the legs of the cot, but nonetheless, it's a little peace of mind. So this is going to be a really fun trip. It's already starting to get dark, as you can see, but just gonna wait for our coals to be ready, cook our burgers, and more than likely move into the tent. And we'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Go, Sandra. One burger for Sandra.
Yummy. Yes, please.
You cold, Sandra?
Cold.
Are you cold? Yeah. Should warm up pretty fast in there.
I'm not freezing, I'm cold.
Yeah, no, there's a definite chill. There you go. That should get us going for a while. Don't need a lot of wood. You can feel some heat coming out of there.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, it's better here than out there.
Yeah. Let's see how things are going on inside the stove.
Hey, I can take my orange vest off.
You can. Oh, a little bit of smoke. It is burning.
But then again, that's peeling a layer off.
I don't think that was generating a lot of heat for you.
Well, I don't know, I feel colder.
Yeah? Oh, this should warm you up pretty fast here.
Make it t-shirt hot.
T-shirt hot?
Yeah.
Well, I could do that easily, but we want to save wood. All right, it's a big moment for Sandra.
Yes.
Close the door.
There's the door.
Start building up that heat.
Jeez. Warmer than an igloo.
It's been about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour since we spoke to you guys. And what do you think now, Sandra?
It's better.
It's better?
Now that we've kept the door shut. Yeah. It's probably t-shirt hot.
It's close to it.
Yeah, it's pretty close to t-shirt hot. Yeah.
Oh, this will be great. This will work out perfect. We're not going to keep the stove going all night, but we have our winter sleeping bags, so we're going to be fine. It's no problem. Sandra's getting messages or something. I don't know what's going on there. So, yeah, so we're not going to let it burn all night, but we're going to have some, we're going to stay up for a little while. And we're going to have some firewood ready for tomorrow morning, and be prepping up some coffee at some point tomorrow morning. But all in all, so far, this is working out great. We're having a great old time.
Yeah.
Sorry there hasn't been much footage so far, but we got here a bit late, and we set up the hot tent and had our supper, so well fed now.
Oh, yeah.
Really happy that we brought the hot tent. It's chilly out there. It's a clear sky, and luckily, because it's not winter, of course, we don't need to burn a whole bunch of wood. So that's another advantage of having the hot tent. We didn't really have a supply of firewood to sit around the shelter over there. And because we got here late, we didn't really have time to gather a whole bunch. So this worked out pretty good for us. Really happy with it. The cots are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and high above the ground. So we do have a full day planned for tomorrow, spending another night and another half day after that. So lots more to come. Hope you guys stay tuned. Well, we made it till morning. It was a really comfortable night. The fire went out as soon as we went to bed, but our winter sleeping bag kept us nice and warm all night. It's a bit chilly this morning, but made a little fire already and heated things up really quick. We're going to have probably coffee before getting started, but I thought we'd give you guys a little tour. So here we go. We've got each cot, and with the Neo air mattress in our winter sleeping bag, we stayed nice and warm all night. Got some coffee warming up here. Right now it's just the water, but as you can see here, this is filled with coffee. As the steam rises, it just brings up, and then it basically percolates it, so, and then it drops into the bottom. And I'm looking forward to that being ready.
Me too.
So there's not too much more to show, really. This was our setup. It worked out great for us. We were warm all night. As soon as we went to bed, basically the fire went out probably within 20-25 minutes. And it was a little bit difficult to convince myself to get up this morning because it was nice and comfortable in there, but just got up, built a small little fire, and it heated up really quick. So Sandra's got her
Full outfit now.
full uniform. Yeah. No longer t-shirt weather.
Nope.
No.
It's going to be, though, once that starts to boil.
Yeah. Alright, so just gonna wait for our coffee. So nice having a spring nearby. What's for breakfast, Sandra?
It's...
Ooh, nice hat head.
I know, you're supposed to wait till I have my hat on.
Sorry.
I got warm. Jeez.
So what's for breakfast?
For breakfast this morning, we're going to have a sort of a breakfast skillet with some potatoes, green peppers, onions, bacon, And then when that's cooked, we're gonna scramble some eggs and put them in there.
Nice.
And we've got some sausages too on the side.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
gourmet breakfast for the lumbermen and women. Our splitting log, eating log, or everything log. You can't
So at
buy
this
that.
point we don't need the fire for warmth. It's obviously we're cooking. We plans on getting up early this morning, crack of dawn, and cook our breakfast, but it was so comfortable in that sleeping bag. I don't regret it though. I kind of needed a good night's sleep, and can relax so much more when I'm out here in the woods. So that's why I'm happy we came out last night. I mean, we were able to set everything up and be perfectly comfortable. And now it's going to take a little while, but we're going to have our breakfast, and we'll have a good solid base, like Sandra said. A lumberjack's breakfast, because we got a lot of wood to cut.
Yep.
Oh, nice dark coffee.
Put it on the log there, 'cause it's gonna fall over.
No, it's fine. Time to enjoy some coffee. Camp coffee. Strong camp coffee.
Enjoy your coffee while I'm slaving by the stove.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't done anything this
The
morning.
hot stove. Are you gonna use your fork to? Are you gonna use your fork in there, or
Well, you could.
do you want to use
I'm
this,
about to pour here.
that?
Yeah, I'll probably use the spatula, but I'll probably start with the fork just to cook this off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the spatula. It's cooking really fast.
Yeah. You didn't put any more wood in there then. Do you think it's ready? Or?
Yeah, pretty much. It's definitely ready to eat.
Yeah.
I like to have it browned up a little bit, but it's just me. Okay, so it may not be pretty, but it's delicious. Spatulas
It's not.
leave much to be desired.
I could carve a better one than that.
Probably.
That's enough there. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Right, we're gonna have some breakfast.
The lighting's nice in there.
Yeah, it is. Gorgeous. So, time to gather that firewood for the shelter, for so that we have a good supply for the winter. Now, a lot of people have been mentioning on previous videos that I should get a chainsaw. It'd be a lot easier. I wanted to have the build primarily with the handsaw for gathering the firewood for the winter. It's going to be a long task, so we're going to be using a chainsaw like everybody suggested. So we're going to see how it works out. Give it a try. It's not really faster than the other saw. I don't see what the big deal is. It jams up too. I don't know. We'll see. This chainsaw here, used it before, it's battery operated. So it's got a few advantages. The one disadvantage is one some out of battery power. We're done for the day. But I got 3 of these, so that should give us a good head start to filling up our wood supply. It's going to be good wood too. So the first thing I need to do, we need to get a bracing pole for our bed going into our main shelter. We had to remove one last time because ants in it. So we're going to get a new one and bring that over to Sandra. Once I've got that brought over to Sandra, she's going to process it and I'm going to work away at gathering the firewood. As you can see at the base there is some rot. You can tell by the color difference. See if we can line you up here. So the core is nice and firm. Kind of strange how it made this weird pattern. So, you know, it must have been going out to the branches. But yeah. This is really close to rotting, but higher up there, I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, that's a lot better. So there you can see the difference. So you can see how it's dark brown here, and here is very little of it. So once this is scraped, that will do fine to brace our bed. Good size. That's heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It looks like it's about the same size as the other one.
Yeah.
Good thing you had a good hearty breakfast.
Yeah. Probably used it off this period. So, should be fairly straightforward to scrape it off, but probably gonna have to trim it again once we have it in, or once we know the length.
Yeah, well, I just measured that one that
Okay.
we had, and
Yeah.
it's 5 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to fix the bed a little bit. We're going to move some poles around and try to put bigger poles at the back so that when we stack the wood pile, that it won't be, if I have a big log here, the pile's going to lean against our back wall and we don't want it to come apart. So I'm going to be putting a bigger log at the back so that the wood pile is actually sitting more on an angle like this, and it'll keep it from putting pressure on the back wall. So Mike left me some logs here. I'm just going to cut them up to length and move stuff around a little bit, and then we can start piling wood in there. Alright, so I got all the logs in place now. I'm thinking they might slide around on the bottom beams a little bit. So I just made myself a couple of stoppers here that I'm going to place in between them. I shaved them off to make them flat so they would stay there better. And so I've got two made. They're just rotted pieces, but I think they'll probably help the beams from sliding. So I've just got to make a couple more and then we're set to go.
There's our first wagon load. How many do you guys figure I'm going to lose before I make it to the camp? Probably around 150, 200 feet away. I'm going to guess 4 are going to fall off, but we'll see.
Here comes Mike and the squirrels with the pile of wood. Did you cut down their house?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
So,
Nice.
before leaving, I said to the other camera, I said, how much do you guys figure I was going to lose? I figured 4 would fall out before I got here. I don't think any fell out, so that's a good sign.
Yeah,
So,
good.
The back row stuff is really rotten, really light, so we could probably burn that tonight in the fire pit over there if we
Okay,
wanted to.
yeah.
The other stuff a little bit wetter, but seems like good wood.
All right.
So that's sled number 1 of many.
So I finished up the bottom of this.
Oh, nice. Good job.
And I think that these are probably going to maybe slide around on the bottom logs.
Yeah.
So I just took some little pieces of wood that we had
Oh, okay, yeah.
to put in between to stop them from moving.
Oh, nice.
I just shaved them to make them flat so they stay in place. I mean, they don't have to be nailed down or anything. It's just
Jeez.
so.
Busy bee. Holy crap.
So I got a couple more to do for sure here.
Yeah.
I'll need bigger logs because that beam's lower.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Nice.
And we're good to go.
Good job.
Yeah. I was going to do it on the sides, but then I'm like, well, I'll have to make more of them. If I place them in the middle,
Yeah.
I just need 1 per row. So.
All right. Sounds good. Great job, love.
Okay.
Awesome. much respect for the people who do this sort of things for a living. Even though the chainsaw makes things a bit easier, it's still exhausting work. They're in phenomenal shape. And sorry if I'm making errors in chainsaw technique, but we're getting there one log at a time. Sandra pointed out that I didn't need to go this far, which is kind of obvious. I thought I'd be able to work my way that way, but there's no real reason for me to be this far out. So I've loaded up the saw and batteries onto the back of the sled, and I'm going to head towards camp and collect some of the easier accessible logs over there. That's much closer. So right there I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead trees right here. So I'll get 8, 9. They're everywhere. So I'll give us a good start. Dave.
Oh, he's eating something.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's gathering for the winter.
He's not afraid of us.
Oh. How's it going back there, Paul Bunyan?
I don't think Paul Bunyan had a battery operated chainsaw.
No?
It's going okay. Wood's nice and light though.
Yeah.
Big logs.
You need big and small.
Huh?
You need big and small.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll burn well throughout the night. Which is what we need.
Is that one there?
Yes.
Yeah. I knew I was gonna.
Hold on.
It's kind of like not a good one.
There we go.
Oh, now it's heavier.
Oh, There. Thought it was gonna fall, but it's holding on for now.
Okay, so I've been gathering tree branches for our supper to cook our fire. To start our fire to cook our supper. There's some dead branches up that tree that have been there for a while that I've been looking at, and I think they would work pretty good. They're like the right size, but I can't reach them. So I think I'm going to try to see if I can get them down with this pole here. Hopefully that works. If not, I'll have to come up with a different plan. Maybe I'll get Mike to climb up there.
Maybe I'm right, I've been wrong many times before. The future seems bright, we're staring straight at a fiery sun.
I got one!
Someone to hide in. We came to a branching paths in the woods. We broke out in a run and took the one less traveled just for fun. But maybe I'm right, I've been wrong many times before. Seems bright, we're staring straight at a fiery sun.
Okay, that last one, it won me for today, but I'll be back. There you go.
Got about an hour's left of sunlight. Battery number 2 just died, and I only have one battery left, and Senator just told me the steaks are ready, so I think this is going to wrap it up for wood cutting for tonight. I'm going to go have some supper and then quickly gather some firewood so we can have a little bonfire outside. Whew. awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Whew. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I just brought that last load like I brought it, and food was ready, so timing was perfect. Mmm. Oh, potatoes are good. Oh yeah. The steak is pretty close to perfectly done. Well, if you like it this way, it's nice and pink in the center. Really nice. Mm. Mm. That hits the spot.
Yep.
We just finished our supper. The last rays of sunlight are hitting the tops of the trees. Sandra's still chipping away at some bark. But what a great supper. We're probably going to sit outside for a bit, and we got some brush that we can burn here. So there's our stash of brush. Adjust you correctly. There we go. So, got a little bit in there, and we'll probably sit by the fire. The shelter should keep some warmth in there. It usually does. And yeah, it should be a fun evening. Can't stop Sandra though. He's still working. So I don't know if you guys noticed the music at the beginning of the video. That comes courtesy of Steve Haley. I saw him play live at a few pubs a few years ago when he was with his band Banded Stilts. And I became a fan right off the bat. The songwriting drew me in. I'm a huge music fan, so is Sandra. And we like many different styles, but we do lean a lot towards indie music, folk style, I guess. But I decided at one point that I was going to reach out to him to see if he'd have any interest in sharing his music for our videos. And he generously said, yeah, sure, absolutely. Like, and I asked if there's anything he'd want in return, and he said no. He was really happy to be able to share his music. So really huge thanks to Steve. This is so appreciated, you have no idea. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, I enjoy having music on videos. I find it adds a little bit of an accent, but the YouTube music, which is nice to have, to me gets a little bit repetitive sometimes. But I find that Steve's music fits the theme of our videos very well. And like I said, I'm a huge fan. I can't say enough thank you. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do. And hopefully we're gonna have it probably appear on a few different videos, because like I said, a lot of his music does seem to fit well, I find, with our style of videos. So again, huge thank you, Steve. It's so appreciated.
Thank you.
Oh, and Steve, if ever you want to come down to the shelter, I know that only fools go winter camping, but if ever you're interested, send me an email. You have an open invitation anytime.
You do have a song called Cold, don't you?
Yeah, he does have a song called Cold.
Maybe we could test it out.
One thing I forgot to mention, I'll be providing a link in the description of this video to a music sharing site called Bandcamp, and on that site you can find all of the music produced by Steve Haley, both under his name and with the band Banded Stilts. So that will be in the description if you guys are interested. We left the hot shelter and we're in the hot tent. We didn't have a ton of wood over there, so in here we can just burn a little bit and enjoy the evening. We didn't want to burn all the wood we've been cutting all day, so we're in here now. Now usually before we shut the camera off for the night, we usually say, well, we're probably going to sit by the fire and listen to some music. And unfortunately we can't usually bring you guys along for it because rules and regulation, we can't just put music on our YouTube videos. Thanks to Mr. Steve Haley, we can bring you guys along for a little bit longer of the evening with us, so I hope you guys enjoy. We're just sitting in the hot shelter here. We'll give you guys a little tour. It's nice and warm in here.
Yeah, it's nice.
I mean, it's really comfortable.
T-shirt.
T-shirt. She's wearing a t-shirt. And it's supposed to be around only 5 degrees Celsius out there. I'll put the Fahrenheit tag somewhere here or there. But yeah, it's a bit cool outside, but in here we're perfect. So let me give you guys a little quick tour. And there's my sleeping setup. Sandra's over there. And she's working on another setup.
Oh yeah, it's a good setup, this.
We don't often drink wine, to be honest, but it seemed like since we're in our little shelter here, wine seemed appropriate. I hope you guys, if you like a glass of wine, a mug of beer, a glass of water, or a cup of milk, I hope you guys cheers with us, and really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's so appreciated. So with the magic of editing, we're back in our corner. So cheers, everyone. Yeah, thanks a lot for hanging out this long in the video, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Have yourselves a good night.
Good night.
Well, it's probably not nighttime yet for you, but good day.
Or good morning.
Or good morning. Good wine. So morning of day 3, we had a great night in the tent. Sandra is there sitting by the fire. We already have fish cakes on the go. The coffee's percolating. It's pretty much ready. It's a nice morning, but a little bit chilly, so gonna enjoy that coffee. After having my coffee, gonna go out into the woods and use the chainsaw. We got one last battery left, so gonna try to gather as much firewood as we can, and then we're gonna have to pack up to go home after that. So it's gonna be a bit of a hectic day, but looking forward to getting more wood prepared. Sandra pointed out I have a bit of a war wound. Got a branch across the face there, so nothing too severe, which is good. So yeah, so we're just gonna have our cup of coffee and get to work right away. Morning, Sandra.
Morning.
Sleep well?
Yes.
Good.
I'm on fish cake duty.
Your fish cake duty.
Yeah.
Nice. It's gonna be a nice hot breakfast.
Yep. I think I'm gonna mess this one up. Lost a chunk. So Mike put the new log in over there to replace the one that was starting to rot and full of ants. I'm going to replace the other one on the other side. We're using the same one. And then I'm going to make the bed.
We're going to make a small cut into this log. It sticks out a little bit too far, and so there it's kind of suspends here and creates a gap. So we're going to cut it probably around here. That should let us sit her down a little bit better and lie flush.
Might cut the log down so now it sits all the way down. It's going to work out better. Everything's more leveled off too than it was before. The only thing is he didn't clean his mess, so I guess I'm going to have to do that.
Sorry.
I think we're good.
Good?
I think so.
Nice.
There's one that's kind of weak here. It's spongy, and it could break. We probably should replace that one.
Yeah, maybe next time.
This second one there. I tested it.
What?
I tested it.
You tested it?
Yeah,
And?
it works.
Success?
Yep.
Nice. Well, chopping up those last couple of logs inside the shelter just soaked up the rest of the battery. We're dead. So we're all out of battery. That's going to bring the wood collecting to an end. But we did pretty good. The back row is pretty much filled out. And we've got that corner there. Now that is soft, really rotten wood. So I may, when we return, may take that out and replace it with some harder wood. But this will burn. And the only thing is it burns really fast, and you got to be careful to make sure you keep it dry because it absorbs the water like crazy. But really, really good trip so far. We're going to be packing up now because this basically wraps up what we can do at the camp. It's going to take a bit of time to pack everything up with the hot tent, but then we have to put it all on the sleds, and the hike out is uphill. It's not super far, but it's uphill. There's no snow on the ground, and the sleds are going to be a bit of a struggle, but still worth it to have the hot tent and the stove. It's been fantastic. So I can't really dump it straight out because we have some bricks at the bottom. You're supposed to have some kind of base to kind of prevent warping of the floor. So you can use sand, we use bricks. So trying to get the ashes out here, and then I'll have access to those bricks. Oh, yeah, that's really hot, really, really hot. Even with these welding gloves. Wow. So these tags here that we had forgotten about when we were setting up the trip, the reason why we forgot about them is that we're not the ones who got them. It was our good friend Simon. You guys have probably seen Gene and Simon on trips with us, both with the hot tent and also canoe trips. So when we got the hot tent, we got it with Gene and Simon. We all got together and bought it as something that we can all use. So every once in a while, they have it at their spot, we have it at our spot, so we share it. And it's been working out great. They're good friends that share the same passions that we do, which is awesome. So there are very few people out there who are into winter camping, so it's great to have a good couple of friends who enjoy this with us. And they're a little bit nuts, which is fun. Here you go. All neatly packed. It's a lot heavier than it looks. Oh. That's probably one of the best jobs we've ever done.
Yeah, it's not winter.
Yeah. Okay, so we got pretty much everything all packed away. We just got to gather a few extra things, but I want to take this chance to thank you guys so much for watching. It's really appreciated. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It was a little vacation for us. We took a couple of days off, and I think it was really worth it.
Yep.
We really had a good time. The hot tent was awesome, and we were able to gather some firewood, so we already got to start going on that. I am going to put up a temporary tarp just to cover the wood because of the open gaps. We don't want water to come in there, so we are going to cover the wood with an ugly green tarp, but that'll be gone at some point soon. I want to take this chance as well to give a huge thank you to Steve Haley for giving us permission to use his music on our videos. It's so appreciated, you have no idea. So thanks again for watching, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone.
Thanks. See you
ya.
next time.
The future seems bright, we're staring straight at a fiery sun. far.